Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dead Planet. Say hello, gang.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Nothing's gonna go wrong.
Not at all. So good to be back. This is episode 2 of our presentation of Dead Planet for Mothership RPG. We had an excellent introduction last week, so thank you everyone for being here with us for this next chapter. Real quick, of course, I am Todd Moonbounce, your host. Thank you for being here. A couple things up front. If you'd like to support the show, support us as players, because I know we're going to need it, there are a few ways to do that. Of course, follow the channel if you're not doing so yet. Make sure you take clips of your favorite moments that happen, and then also any subscriptions, Twitch or otherwise, Twitch Prime, will go into the advantage rolls bucket down there. You see, we have 2 of those. So that'll help us if we need to do a re-roll throughout the game. And then we are also doing crowd-funded skill advancement. So as we get closer to that $100 goal mark, to go into production of the show, but that will also help us as players level up. So you can donate through, there will be a chat bot I think will show up every once in a while, and then also in the description of my Twitch channel you can do that as well. I think that's everything on the front. Let's say hello to these beautiful faces once again. Start over again with Captain Petty Williams. Candace, say hello.
Hi, everybody. My name is CandaceTheMagnificent. My pronouns are she, they. I play Captain Petty Williams, as Todd was saying, and I am super excited to get the bejeebas scared out of me tonight.
Again.
Noted.
And let's go down south of you to Kay.
Hey everyone, I am Kay Purcell. I am at Damphyr. Just about everywhere on the internet, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok mainly. I am playing Kai. They are a very helpful, not at all creepy android. I don't know why no one trusted me last episode. And my pronouns are also she, they, and I just put up more Critical Role stuff on my TikTok. So yeah, that's cool.
Big timer.
Thank you all for watching. We're so excited to be here. It's not going to be at all scary tonight. Nothing bad's going to happen.
Thank you for being here, Kay. Jen, say hello.
Hello. I'm Jen.
I thought that was going to be it. I was very impressed.
That's all he told me to do. I play Nyx, whose pronouns are she, they, and Nyx is the lovely big sister of the great Lase. I'm very excited. And you can find me at JennGeeky on Twitter or, lots of other places all over the internet.
Indeed. And for anyone out there that is not yet, Jen is at 499 followers on Twitter. If you're not following her, go do so right now. Get over the hump. One more.
Youngles in chat.
At JennGeeky, 2 N's. All right. Warden, say hello.
Yeah, hi. I'm the Warden. I go by the moniker ThatOldDM on Twitter, etc. But let's go back to Jen for a second. If we can get that 500 cracked on this stream, we'll do advantage on the comfort roll that they're going to desperately need very early on in the session, I'm sure. So subscribers, I know there's like a Super Bowl or something happening right now, but get over to Twitter and let's make this happen.
Let's go chat.
Okay.
I was not prepared to cry on stream today. Thank you very much. Okay.
Come on, big sis.
I spent all day doing this beautiful face right here. I can't right now.
Sorry, I'm unpredictable and I have been known to cause chaos. Okay.
It always concerns me when you start leaking. Please stop.
All right, so here's a brief recap of episode 1, Mortal Coils. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. But the crew of the Solas has been ripped out of hyperspace while en route to the Commonwealth with a cargo of full body bags, 25 metric tons of them, if I do recall. They found themselves drifting in a gravitational spiral around a hulking dead planet, which is in turn surrounded by derelict ships. Their hope of repairing their engines and jump drive lie within exploring a nearby scientific research vessel called the Alexis. As the crew, led by Captain Petty, began the search of the engine area, they discovered this ship too is unable to jump and the crew is all dead except for 2 androids, Pander and Cranot, who are in the command bridge desperately attempting to piece together the events of the last 10 days, which they do not recall. They also learn that they're not alone on this ship, as an alien monstrosity is lurking somewhere on the ship, along with its minion crawlers, apparently hunting the living. Their investigation led the crew to the cargo bay, which they are able to open with the assistance of the androids, using explosive charges and overloading the doors. Upon opening, they discovered a horrifying artifact of unknown origin and purpose. And that's where we're going to open up. So imagine, if you will, the camera panning in from the outside of the Alexis and the Solas, which are connected currently as they're drifting towards the dead planet, intermixed with this graveyard of derelict ships. As we come in, we come down the hall, we see our trepid explorers standing outside this cargo bay door from the inside, which is opened. And inside are all the machinery and accoutrements of an archaeological dig that you would expect. And in the center of that is a twisted, horrifying artifact of steel alloy, grotesquely looking like jointed, twisted limbs and screaming faces, adorned with too many eyes. And as the camera pulls back, we notice that there is a small pulsing energy coming from the bottom of the artifact, with the aforeseen dark tendrils wisping at the bottom that we saw impact Kai earlier in the last session in the engine room. And that isn't all bad. And then our camera closes on the face of Captain Petty, who holds her Seeker smart rifle in front of her as she stares into the horror of this artifact. Captain Petty, what do we see? What is your reaction?
My reaction is abject horror. I'm pretty freaked out by everything I've seen so far. And those crawlers were starting to kind of get the best of me on the ship. And seeing like this possible source of where these disgusting creatures come from is just too much for me. Like, I think that the phrase "too many eyes" really does tell you exactly what you need to know.
Absolutely. All right, so let's open up with a panic check. So you're going to roll a d20 for us, Captain Petty. I believe you have 13 stress currently. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
You're looking for a 14 or better. Good luck.
Hey.
Oh,
Got a 20. No big deal.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Do I get a bonus because it's such a good score?
You know what? I will allow you to recover 2 stress as you pull yourself together. As a Marine, as somebody who's seen the horrible before, you're kind of focused. You're kind of focused for a second. So you hold it together. You want to say anything before we pull the camera over to Nyx Coly for his reaction?
Just, we got to get the hell off of this goddamn ship.
All right, so the camera pulls away from Captain Petty, showing her patch on the sidearm that says "Do your job." And we see Nyx Coly in his vac suit, part of it repaired on his right shoulder where gunshot wounds impacted him in the last session. And we see his patch, adapt, improvise, and solve. What is Nyx Coly's response to this horrifying artifact?
Probably mostly confusion of just pure kind of ignorance to what it is. Art probably wasn't ever a big thing in general, so looking at it from that standpoint. But yeah, the presence that it gives off. You said there's like waving kind of tentacles at the bottom of it.
So
there's motion.
Yeah, so there's these wispy black tendrils of something that are sort of appearing underneath the artifact and kind of peeking out along the floor of the cargo bay.
Didn't last time you say it looked like hair? Like
Yeah,
moving
like some
hair?
You on the Grudge stuff.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, just not enjoying it, just kind of quiet and yeah, taking it in, trying to figure out how it exists, how it's put together.
How it's put together. Actually, so let's angle, instead of a panic check for you, Lase, let's go for a sanity check as you try to unravel the origins of this insane object.
All right. 78, target 33. That is a big failure.
Okay, so Lase, you just can't wrap your mind around this thing. You begin to sort of freak out. You can almost feel yourself beginning to hyperventilate. So go ahead and pick up one more stress for you. And then let's see your reaction on camera. You can't reconcile this thing. It's just not natural.
I'm with you, Captain. We need to get the fuck out of here. What?
Lase takes 2 steps back, sort of bumping into his sister, Nyx, behind him. Nyx, what is your reaction to seeing this crazy object?
So, while from the outside it might look like Nyx is panicking, actually on the inside she's so giddy it's not even funny because it's something she's never seen before, and the scientist urge in her is like, what is it? What did we discover? Am I the first person who discovered something? And like, even though she plays off her scientistness, in reality it's a big like childhood like reward response kind of thing for her, is like that overachiever child. So now she's very excited, actually. Scary.
Fantastic. Why don't we do a physics roll for you with your intellect skill, so D100 with a target number of 47, I believe.
I got a 30.
Excellent. A 30, that's amazing. So if you will recall, there was a lot of dark matter and gravitational anomalies that you were seeing as you were surveying this area of space. And ever since you saw those black hair-like wisps, the tendrils, slam into Kai as they were going all over the ship a few minutes earlier, you've wanted to know if they're connected to the dark matter anomaly. And so you probably rush forward trying to figure that out before these things disappear. How do you want to look into it? How do you want to research it?
So
If she does, I'm grabbing her. I'm not.
Kai
letting
is
her go
also
forward.
Kai's very first instinct upon seeing it is hand on the shoulder of the human.
as Lase is like backing up, Nyx isn't paying attention because she's totally lost in her fanny pack trying to pull out whatever fucking Q-tips and sample things she can get a hold of real quick, because she knows that everybody else is probably freaking out and we're probably gonna have to go soon. But she really wants to get as many of these samples as possible, and so she's like rummaging through her stuff, and like he bumps into her and she's like, Jesus Christ, bro, like watch out, man, this is huge. And like grabs the thing she's looking for, and like grabs a fresh petri dish out of her thing, and like starts like just like feels Kai's hand on her shoulder and is like, what?
I do not think it is a good idea for you to touch this. Somehow the density is the same as the dark matter, and looking at the shapes of other humanoids who appear to touch it, it might make you part of the statue. I would not like for you to be a combination of an alloy containing iron, carbon, sun again, and cobalt. I like you as you are.
How do you know that?
Do you not see the faces all over this thing?
I mean, I was gonna touch it. I was gonna just like, I was gonna poke it with this thing.
What happens when it pokes you back?
I wasn't, it's not moving. How are we gonna know how to defeat it if we don't know what it is, right? Like, I mean, I want I just want a sample.
I know you think I idolize you, sis, but this is not what I have in mind.
Funny.
I remember.
Funny.
That is
You
how I know.
Remember?
I remember. I don't know how. I do not like that I don't know how, but I remember.
So you remember nothing, but you remember that?
Yes.
I don't like it.
I don't either.
Okay. I just want just a tiny bit. I just want a tiny bit.
I will physically stop you from touching it, if I must.
Can't you just source whatever's inside the bot here? It went all through it before, so they probably got something in there.
Quick DM question. I know that something happened, but I don't know that it's related to this statue. I don't remember the hair. I don't remember any of that, correct?
Yeah, correct. You
Okay.
haven't seen any of this.
It did what?
So earlier, where those corpses
Yes.
upstairs?
Yes.
So you were standing there and you were giving me back up, and then the countdown started and I went to go cover everyone and it hit you full in the chest. Like
There was a
knocked right
countdown?
into you. Yeah, there was a countdown and then it dropped and then it went right through you. I mean, you reset your whole system.
I do not like this.
No, we need to
That's
get out
why
of
I
here.
need a little bit of it.
If it did this to me, what do you think it would do to you?
So as Nyx is sort of moving her components around in her fanny pack, the pieces of paper that she took from Pander with his notes float to the ground. And there's there, Nyx, that you're reminded that in a previous iteration, they had figured out that every 47 minutes, this thing happens again, and the androids and the computer core are wiped. But this
Kaya's
time,
only back to 10 minutes, though, right?
47 minutes.
yeah,
I thought Kai
it's-
had a different time.
Kai was
Kai has-
47 minutes. The
yeah,
other
they have 10
androids are
days.
10 days.
Oh, days. There we go. Thank you.
Mhm.
But every 47 minutes, whatever that event is, happens, according
Okay.
to the notes.
Yes.
It's going to happen again if I don't get a piece of it and figure out how to make it stop.
Maybe we just need to get the hell off the ship. Maybe it's just happening here, and
I would love to.
we peace out, and then no more resets.
But even
That's
if
all
we
I want. That's
get
all
off-
I want. God, please.
Even if we get off the ship, there's no guarantee we're gonna get away from the thing, and there's no guarantee we can make it out of this orbit. So
But are you able to collect her sample for her so she doesn't have to touch it?
I don't
You've
want
already
I
had
don't-
an experience with it. Let's keep the exposure to a minimum.
I don't want Kai to touch it either.
They've
So-
already touched it.
I'm gonna run some risk calculations, knowing what I remember. What are the likelihoods that I will be turned into something terrible or wiped versus getting nagged to death by Nyx for the rest of my existence?
So based on the calculations you've already done and the information that you're sort of remembering from being on the bridge and seeing the notes, it does appear to be a steel alloy statue, right? It doesn't appear to be living, but you're not sure what's happening to it. Those dark, wispy limbs are some kind of energy of some kind. And if it already impacted you and it caused you to reset, the odds are touching that could cause more issues with you. On the other hand, it also appears to have jarred part of your memory, which you find fascinating.
So there's a very real chance that if I interact with it, it will reset me again. However, in doing so, it may awaken more memories. I am conflicted.
I don't like it, but I will back up whatever you want to do.
Do you Speaking of, you have backups?
I can't back up files to know what happened in the past 10 minutes if I touch this thing, can I?
Funny thing about having an Android top secret project that is so on the books that backing up data is probably not ever a good idea unless under proper conditions. Just throwing that out there.
I am experimental.
Thanks, Kai. Thank you for clarifying.
And with that, you're interrupted as the intercom crackles to life, functioning this time, and Pander's voice can be heard carrying through. Did you find out what is in the cargo bay? Is it dangerous?
I don't know. No one will let me near it.
Near what?
Whatever this monolith is in here, it looks dangerous to me. I hear what the doc is saying, but it's no bueno. Looks like some kind of ritualistic totem or something. There's some eyeballs and some parts and some screaming faces, which is always a good sign, you know. Normal stuff.
Melded mess, kind of like you, like your pal there. Crayon is his name?
Craynot.
There's something
Crayon,
wrong
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
There really is.
We're not trying to be rude. We're just a little unsettled. I'm sure you can understand. Everybody in your ship is dead. We're trying to make sure we don't wind up the same way.
You must be referring to Dr. Sankar's findings from the planet. It's no longer in a crate?
Oh, no.
It's-
A crate?
Are there other crates around? Could he be referring to something else by chance?
So as you look around, there are other crates of supplies and stuff that are there. But this is the first time you notice that scattered in the corners of the cargo bay are shards of what must have been a very large crate that was originally covering this thing. And it's been shattered and thrown the 40 or 50 some odd feet into the corners. The amount of energy that this had to have thrown off is amazing.
Does it look like an explosion, or does it look like something busted its way out?
It's all outward force. It's not in a direction, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
But even then, is it a force energy, or is it?
You're left with a very satisfying idea that it could be either a very large thing that burst out or an explosion. But it's not singed at all. The
I was
crate
going to
pieces
say, are there scorch marks?
No.
No.
Pander, do you know what it was?
Dr. Sankar's findings.
Yes.
What you would have
was it?
A xenoarchaeological finding.
Are you aware that it is made up of?
Sis, what the hell is he talking about?
I don't think he knows what was in the box. I think the thing was in a box, and I think somehow the thing got out of the box, and it doesn't know.
A thing,
that
that's
the
my
thing-
question. So it's a thing.
It's yeah.
I mean, that's what it looks like to me.
We're not dealing with another, statue of heads.
I mean, to be
There's something
fair,
else.
As the humans are bickering, Kai will put out all the information that they know about this thing, omitting the fact that they don't know why they remember this.
Fascinating. Did you get that from our notes? The composition? That's quite fascinating.
I am unsure how I have this data. But I know it to be true. It is accurate. Does this relate to any other phenomena you have witnessed?
No. We recommend that you return to the command bridge as soon as possible. There appears to be motion in the habitat deck. Are you all in the cargo bay currently?
Yeah, we are.
Where the hell is the habitat deck?
It is above you, between us and you.
Oh, hell.
Convenient.
Brace yourselves,
Now-
everyone. We're going to need to take something out.
And with that, you hear again the noise echoing in the ship, followed by a lurching sound as something lumbers in the deck above you.
Nyx, remind me that when we return to the command center, we should try and input this new species we collected into our bioscanners to see if it can help us moving forward.
I agree. I also think you should let me touch the thing. Not touch it, but get a piece of it so I can correctly bioscan it.
No.
Can you pull any data they have off of the ship into your memory bank then, so I can take a look at least at something if someone else may have done?
I believe I have more information than anyone on the ship currently. I will give it all to you immediately.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I did not have it sooner.
No, you're fine. I'm surprised you have it, but I'm grateful for this little thing, anomaly that we have now discovered. So now we need to figure out why it's happening and maybe take care of whatever that was.
Yes, you should stay in the middle as we return.
So either way, you have to head back towards the way you originally came in the hallway. You will either need to head up through the ladder, hopefully passing all the way to the command deck unmolested, or this might be an opportune time to pull back into the ship itself, into the Solas, resupply, take some comfort.
You
I
all
don't like
seem
the
very
idea of going
stressed.
back to our ship. What if it follows us? We know something's up there.
Now, this suit ain't worth a damn anymore for myself. That's certainly going to make that spacewalk fun. But,
You're still docked, so you'll be able to pass through the
Okay.
connecting tube. Yep.
One probe going through up to the habitat deck. Would we be able to source a new suit for Lase from what's remaining up there from the other people that used to be on the ship?
Possibly. Pander would be the one that could direct you best.
Can we do a quick search of the cargo bay for anything else that would be worth scavenging?
Absolutely. So there are suits, earth movers, so like skeleton walkers. So think the walkers from Alien, right, with their laser cutters. So there's a pair of those, couple of vehicles, and then lockers and lockers and lockers. And as you start to open those, there are parkas and vac suits, mag boots, rations. No weapons, but you can definitely swap out suits at this point.
I hold one up and I say, Coly, get your ass into one of these and let's go upstairs and see what that noise is.
yes, ma'am.
Got an axe to grind.
When did you acquire an axe?
It's just an expression bot.
Huh.
But I got a flamethrower, so I'll be all right.
When did you get a flamethrower?
Before we left, man, gotta make sure you're stacked to the gills. I was trying to prepare for anything, but this ain't anything.
Now we're stacked to the gills with dead bodies.
Lase, perhaps you should remain behind her when she fires the flamethrower.
She'll find a way.
Listen, Lase, it wasn't supposed to shoot you, so.
I will point out that the vac suits that are here do have 3 armor points each. So if anybody's not wearing a vac suit now, that potentially could be valuable.
I think just Kai and, well, yeah, Kai, did you have one?
I have one.
Yeah.
Looks at Nyx.
I have one.
Good. Trying to protect my squishy humans.
Okay. All right, Captain Petty. So which way are you leading your team?
So I'm gonna lead them up the stairs. and into the habitat deck instead of trying to kind of circumvent it to get to the control room. Just because I don't want to sneak up on that area. Like, we know that those androids are trying to kind of keep this system like online, and as long as they're safe, we don't have to worry about this all going to hell before we can try to get back to our ship.
Okay. All right. So as you head up, what's sort of the marching order up the ladder?
Definitely me first. I don't want to use my flamethrower in a controlled and tight space, but I've got no choices left, I feel like, because it did not respond super well to me shooting it last time. So I'm insisting on keeping the lead, and then I imagine Kai is probably pulling the rear with Lase behind me, but I'm not sure. You guys let me know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, or I'll take the rear and have Kai behind you.
Cool.
I would also really like the robot in the rear, since something is going around stabbing humans in the back.
That's a great
The
point.
robot is stabbing people in the back.
I have stabbed no one in the back, literally or metaphorically.
Yet.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Listen, bot, you don't put your hands on me, I won't put my hands on you, all right? Let's go.
That seems an agreeable arrangement.
All right, Petty, as you head up the ladder and stick your head up into the hallway of the habitat deck, searching around, you hear to your left movement. Something is lumbering its way towards you.
I let the others know. I say, Lase, somebody on my left. Stay alert. And I do my awesome hand motions.
So do you fan out onto the habitat deck and let them pass up behind you?
Yeah, I let like Nyx and Kai go. But like I try to kind of keep my body pointed toward the sound. If you guys want to get out of here, please feel free. I don't want anybody to wind up a snack.
I believe I would then take the lead, since you are now taking the rear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kai, you make it up into the to the upper level, and you can see the door to the command bridge in front of you, and you look down to help Nyx up. Nyx, as you're passing up from the habitat deck into the command.
Oh, I would have been last coming up, but
Okay,
then moving
last.
forward, I would take the lead.
Okay, so Lase then Nyx, or
Yeah.
Nick? Okay,
Yeah.
so Lase, you come up, same description, right? So you see the door to the command bridge, and you sort of turn around to help your sister up the rest of the way. And that's when something screams and comes rushing down the hallway towards Petty. You hear that horrifying scream one more time. We can get a fear save out of Captain Petty and Nyx. Kai, you're behind her coming up on the ladder.
I am prepared to put my hand on her butt and simply...
That is... That's a success. I got a 28 for a fear check of 39.
I got
Perfect.
a 21 out of 25.
Nice.
Okay. And then you see it. Tall, leathery, emaciated, bipedal, with long claws. A monster, a horrifying monster, comes rushing around the corner. You see dark tendrils of that same hairy energy starting to wisp out from its hands. What do you do?
I fire. I take out my weapon and I point it at this creature and I let loose a blast of fire. I do a short burst just to start, like a controlled burst at it to see if it'll light and catch. But I'm ready. Like I want to take it out if I can.
Are you trying to keep it away from you in the ladder? Or are you actually
if I
going
can,
to meet it?
If I can go and try to hurt, if I can move forward to try and hurt it since it's threatening my crew, I'll absolutely do that. But if
Warden,
all I can do is back it off, then I'll do that.
Warden, did I need to make a check for that?
No, because you're up. You hear it, but you're not sort of in the scream's path. Okay.
As I'm facing it down, though, I do yell for Lase.
Yeah, so
and let him know.
you're up. Nyx is on the ladder heading up.
Oh,
Kai
it's
is coming up.
from. Okay.
And it's on the same level as Petty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going up again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. So there's 3 levels to the ship, right? So the engineering level with the cargo and everything's on the first one. Then you have the habitat deck. Then you have the command, and it's a straight ladder shot up for you guys.
Okay.
It's not like stairs or anything. It's more like a submarine. Kind of changing levels.
Yeah, I just if she's not in arm's reach yet, just Nyx, let's go, and just try and pull her up as fast as possible.
So, Petty, I think what we'll do is I'll give you the option. You can try to be nearby, which means that there's a range between you and the creature when you discharge, or you can kind of try to engage it much closer and torch it.
I want to try and torch it. I'm really mad. Like, I'm pissed that I'm out here. I'm pissed that this person is raining on my last mission parade. Like, I'm done. Like, I am not happy, and I want to try and put this to bed.
Okay. All right. Make your combat check.
Get it?
Yes.
17 for a 42.
Our
Very
captain
nice.
is in the zone tonight.
All right. So you let loose a gout of flame directly into the face of this thing, discharging 25% of your flamethrower's tank. And it screams and leaps back, flame flicking at it. Go ahead and make a wound check. So that's a D10. Captain Petty. Let me go to the fire wound table.
Mm-hmm. 2.
I got that, Warden, if you need.
Yep. So you singe the creature. Its leathery, emaciated form starts to sort of peel back, and it takes disadvantage on its next action as it reaches out to try to grab you with these tendrils of hairy energy. It's giving let's do a let me just roll. I'll just roll. See how we go here. Okay, so it oops, I have disadvantage, so let me roll again. You can tell it's very irritated by the way it's moving. It's starting to become erratic as it tries to dance around the fire. And those tendrils whip out, grab a hold of your feet, trying to yank you off balance. You take 9 points of damage as these tendrils of force kind of grab your ankle, trying to crush you. And then give us a sanity check.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that is actually over.
Oh no.
Yeah, my sanity's only 27.
Okay, so 33 out of 27 is a failure.
Critical failure.
Oh yeah, critical failure. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
Jesus, bro.
So that'd be 9 points of stress.
Okay, no big deal, 20 points of stress. It's fine.
Okay, so you have to make an immediate panic check.
Okay, great. This is wonderful.
Episode 2.
Can someone please follow my Twitter
Boys,
so
girls,
we can have
and-
advantage?
All.
Nothing bad is going to happen.
All right, I got a 14.
All right, so that is going to be a fail.
Yeah.
So Todd, what's
14.
Wait, is 14 compared to my stress?
Yes.
Oh, so I did roll under.
No, you have to roll over.
Oh,
You
then
at
no.
20 you can't You
Yeah.
can't succeed anymore.
No.
And going forward, if you take any further stress, it comes out of your ability score based on that check.
Damn.
14, prophetic vision. You immediately experience an intense hallucination or vision of an impending terror or event. Gain another point of stress.
So how far over 20 are you, Petty?
Just one so far.
Okay.
What was that base skill that she just rolled?
Sanity. So I'm just going to carve it right off the sanity. So your sanity score is permanently reduced by 2 points.
Okay. 25.
Okay. And you are ripped across time and space, drifting on almost like you're riding an asteroid. And as you're stepping forward, you start hearing that whispering, remember from your dream? You start hearing that same whispering. And it gets louder as you move forward, closer and closer to something. And then on the front of the asteroid, you can see a very similar artifact to the one that's in the cargo bay. And it's speaking to you. This is coming along a little faster than I thought, so give me 1 second here. I have something written down.
I'm so excited.
I am not excited.
And even though you'd swear you didn't understand it at first, this comes through clear to you. Along the shore, the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink behind the lake, the shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise and strange moons circle through the skies, but stranger still is lost Carcosa. Songs that the Hyites shall sing, where flap the tatters of the king, must die unheard in dim Carcosa. Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung, as tears unshed shall dry and die in lost Carcosa. And then you're back in the hallway, staggering, with this song chanting, ringing in your head. Give us a
Petty, you
hand.
good? Petty, I hear you hitting that trigger down there. What's going on?
Yeah, I got it good. It got me, but I'm still here.
Kai, you down there with her? What's going on?
Nyx, please hurry. I would like to help.
Yeah, so Nyx, what do? Do you head up? Or do you head to Petty? Because you can see her being dragged.
Oh, I'm gonna go into Petty. And
Okay.
just
Does it still have me?
Yeah, the tendrils still have you.
and I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't even have a weapon. I run up to, my instinct is to just run and try to grab her hands and pull her or something. I just try to reach for her as much as I can.
If she's running back, I'm jumping down that ladder.
Yep. So basically, Kai's below and Lase is above. Everyone's waiting for Nyx to move up. But instead, Nyx leaves the ladder and rushes down the hallway. Give us a speed check there, Nyx.
Why do I roll 100?
Yep. D100.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I don't think you have any relevant skills for this.
No. My speed's a 17.
Yep.
Oh!
Homegirl is running.
17. Oh, shit. I got the feels, man.
Faster than Lase and Kai would have thought possible, the scientist scrambles off the ladder down the hallway, rushing with urgency and purpose. As you reach
Yeah.
Petty, as you you reach out to help her, right, Nyx?
Yeah.
Yep. So you grab the back of her suit. You can see the thing clearly in front of you. It's only a few meters away.
Mm.
And it sort of stops and looks at you, cocking its eyes sideways. Do you look at it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna like mirror like what it does.
As you make contact, eye to alien contact, because it doesn't have any apparent eyes. You hear a phrase. Dim Carcosa, echoing from Petty's mouth. And the thing releases Petty and heads back down the hall where it came. Petty, what do you do? Actually, hold on. Let me give Kai and Lase an opportunity here to react to Nyx scrambling out of their path. So let's see. So Lase has a speed of 42 and Kai has a 33. So I'm gonna let Lase act first. There, Kai. So Lase, what do you do? You jump down the hall and see your sister running towards Petty.
I see her take off. Nyx, damn it, what the? And I'm just gonna jump down and I assume I see her go one way, so I'll follow, and then obviously see what's going on right away. And I'll pull up my revolver and just kind of head towards, because I assume the creature or whatever is still there at the moment I get down there.
Yep, you can still see it. Let me just make a quick roll here. Okay, thank you. And so you head towards it, putting rounds into it?
As long as I've got a clear shot.
Yep. Nyx is low to the ground. Petty's, kind of on her back. So you can definitely shoot over Nyx.
Yeah, I'll take a shot then. That is a 10 of a 35. That'll hit.
All right, roll damage for your revolver, which I believe is a D10.
Okay. 5 points.
Okay. The rounds plunk off of the leathery body, deflecting into the hallway. And it continues its retreat away, back down the hallway, around the corner.
The hell is that thing? What are you doing?
All right, Kai?
Oh, I'm going to run and try and put myself between Nyx and this thing while firing my smart rifle.
Okay. Give us a speed check here. And you can, let's see here, I think 41.
That is a 41 of 33, so that is, I think, a critical fail?
Nope,
Nope, just
it has
fail?
to be doubles. Doubles
gotcha.
are the crits.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you come down the hall, trying to move quickly. But
I am a little bit flustered, as my favorite human has just done something very ill-advised.
So you can't actually get a bead on the creature before it goes around the corner. But you do reach the group. So Lase is there a split second before you. All the four of you are together. Petty, your ankle is released as it retreats. What do you guys do?
I try to kind of get my wits about me. My head is still like ringing from just like the impact of hitting it, and then like the connection that I had with the monster. Like my vision feels kind of blurry. Like I'm just like I'm in a bad place. I'm definitely wounded, and I look at Lase and I go, "All right, I know you said R&R.
I'm gonna rush over right next to her.
Should have gone back to the ship. I don't want to hear about it. Just maybe we need maybe we need to take a
Hey,
sit down.
Hey, stop. You're fine. You're the captain. You're fine.
Yeah.
Look, Nyx, you good? Nyx,
Yeah.
you good?
I am
Next time,
helping.
don't shoot at something that's walking away. Just saying.
Me?
Didn't look like it
No.
was walking away when I got
This
here.
one.
And it
So
didn't
Kai-
do anything to it anyway, so
Look,
that's
I had it under control.
that's
had
something
it under control.
we learned something.
We did.
All right. Which way did it go versus which way we need to go to get off the ship?
To go off the ship, you just need to head back the way you came to the ladder, so it's in the opposite direction, so that won't be a problem.
We're on the middle floor right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's you can go up to the command bridge,
Pander.
or you can go down and
Pander,
out. Yes.
you tracking other movement anymore?
All the movement is on the habitat deck. Is that where you are now?
Yes. Can you pinpoint it? All four of us are together. Do you have anything else?
One moment.
One moment, please.
The galley door is appeared to have just sealed itself from the inside. That is directly ahead of your position around the corner.
I'm going to first make sure that Nyx is on her feet and together. And I understand I did not let you touch the thing earlier. Please do not do foolish things to punish me. And then while they're talking to Pander, I'm just going to kind of walk where the thing was and see if I can find any residue, any burned flesh that came off that I can collect so that Nyx will be happy.
Yes, so you are able to find a scrap of singed, leathery skin on the ground, and you collect it.
I do not touch it. I bring Nyx over. If I touch it, I will contaminate it, and she will be upset.
Pander, you said
Not wrong.
they locked down. Do you sense movement in that room? Do we have a clear shot to our ship? We got to take 5. We need
Yes.
to know if we have a route out of here.
Yeah, head back to the ladder, and then you should be able to exit the way you originally entered the ship.
And nothing else coming with us.
Not at this time. I cannot predict whether or not that will change.
Petty, you good? You walk?
Yeah.
Come on,
can make
I got
it.
you.
I
Come on.
can make it. Yeah.
So Kai, you for sure see that Petty is showing all the signs of shock. Her vitals are probably off the charts right now.
Mm.
She could be prone to a heart attack soon, actually.
Yes, we should leave this for a while. I would like to not reset, as you say there was some kind of countdown, and you all seem stressed.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Stressed. That's all it is. A little stress. I'm
Captain?
fine.
I know this is not my place, but please take a few deep breaths. I am concerned for you. You have performed extremely admirably for a human. But
Oh.
you should give your mind time to recover.
That means a lot to me. I just got a killer headache. Can't shake it.
I am sure
Now,
there is
shaking your head
something in a
ain't gonna
med
make
kit.
it better.
What's dim Carcosa?
Dim Carcosa.
Yeah.
So she says it to me and I get kind of like confused. Like I get like I start kind of seeing a little bit of that vision again. And my vision kind of
Yes.
goes like a little bit blurry. And I kind of like lean, like I reach out to get steadied a little bit. And I'm like,
I study the human.
can we talk about it on the ship? Our ship?
Oh, yeah.
Let us please leave and close the hatch.
Let's go.
Let's head out. I kind of try to like muster up my myself, my strength, so that I can lead everybody back.
No, I'm holding you. I'm pulling you
embarrassed.
along.
Yeah,
I just-
I'm helping too.
I just
Petty
carefully
is a bad patient, though. Petty's like, get off me.
I just carefully side eye to make sure that the safety is on the flamethrower. Just making sure.
That's
Just
smart. I don't
humans
judge
are
you.
forgetful.
Lase and Nyx, do you do anything to attempt to comfort Petty? Kai, I think you've already done a really great job with the breathing, but do the two of you do anything as you head back to the ladder to try to comfort your captain?
I start going through my pockets, and I'm like, fuck. Cigars. I got one with your name on it when we get back, Petty.
Thanks, Coly.
Just think about those
Thanks.
grapes.
Yep.
You never told me. White or red?
Oh, red, Lace. You gotta. I mean, white's not bad to get into some, those Carcosan varietals, but, the red, that's what you want. It's the red.
Oh, I
Red
agree.
berries.
Nyx, you
At
definitely
least
pick
you're
up on
not
the.
dead.
Yep. Can't be dead. Got too much to do.
But
Too
yeah,
much to do.
I caught that. What about these berries? You say?
You gotta. You want the best. Zinfandel and Cabernet berries to make your wine with. I just want to have nice peaceful vineyard, watch the sunset over my porch, just have good dreams, normal
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah. We can talk about it, another time.
What's the order of descending down the ladder to the engineering deck on your way out?
I'll go first.
I am also
it's
happy to go
Petty.
first.
Followed by Petty, I think, to assist. I assume Nyx and then Kai. Pull up the rear on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you're heading down the ladder, Petty, you hear above you. Nyx is coming down, but you could have sworn you heard your father's voice. Petunia.
Dad? Do you guys hear that? It's my dad.
Hi, we gotta get her back to the ship quick.
I agree.
I haven't seen him in decades. Hello?
As you make it to the door, Lase and Nyx are kind of pushing Captain Petty along. You look back one more time to the ladder, Petty, and you could swear you see his boots as he's heading up the ladder. What do you do?
Wait. I know this sounds weird, but I think maybe we should turn around. I know it doesn't seem safe, but if my dad's here.
He's not here, Petty.
Hi.
Let's go.
Hi.
Yeah,
And
but
take
I
it-
saw him. I saw his boots. I saw him. They're standard issue, but I saw him.
Captain.
We need to head back. We need to head
Captain.
back, I think, just.
You said it has been decades since you saw him. When you last saw him, was he alive?
Well, yeah, but that was 25 years ago. If he's here, I want to see him. We gotta head back. We gotta head
He's
back.
not.
Reach into my fanny pack and pull out some smelling salts, and I just shove them in her face. I'm like, here.
Yeah.
Hi.
You know what?
Captain?
Even if he's there, he's not going anywhere. You've got a point. All right. We'll go back to the ship. It's fine.
We
It's
can
fine.
do a biometric scan from the ship just to make sure it's a live being before we follow it.
I kind of just stare at Nyx for a second, and I'm trying to process what she's saying to me.
Thank
And I
you for
kinda
being rational.
I just kind of give up and go, all right. Just let's head out, please.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go.
As you cross back over to the Solas, You all feel much better as you set foot on your own ship. Everyone recovers 1 stress for entering home.
You know,
Now-
I didn't think I'd say this, but being here with all these dead bodies is a bit preferred.
To try and, half because curious and half because trying to distract, since father hallucinations concerning. Captain Petty, may I ask you a question about your designation? It seems flawed.
Sure. Ask me whatever you want, Kai.
Why do you have the designation you do, if it seems so inaccurate?
What's inaccurate about it? I'm a captain.
Oh, not that part. And they point to Nyx. An ancient Greek goddess, personifying the night. Points to Lase. To give off light. To themselves. Kai, a meeting of soul bands, which I hope is accurate. And then Petty, of little or no importance. This does not seem accurate.
Oh man, Bot, you're getting me with some deep questions. Just something. Nobody calls me Petunia. I'm not a Petunia, and I kind of like hold up like a muscle, and kind of like show myself off, and I'm like, I'm not a Petunia. That's it's my grandma's name, but only my dad, my mom used to call me that. Nobody's called me Petunia in some time, so you know. Petty just suits me a little bit better. I don't take any shit, so, you know, people call me Petty.
They kind of think for a moment and say, Petunia, a flowering herb of the nightshade family. Urban Dictionary, a beauty of great proportions. Everyone's favorite. Now I understand. Thank you.
Like, Petty gets a little misty. She's feeling very vulnerable right now, so she gets a little teary, and it like scrubs her face, so there's no tears. Thanks.
Are you all right?
Kai? Yeah. I'm. Thanks.
You are very welcome. Thank you for giving me information I did not have.
Petty, pretty things grow out of shit all the time.
Thanks, Coly. I clap him on the back. That's what I needed. That's the stuff right there.
Let's go sit the fuck down.
Can we?
Yes.
And
My
I will
ankle
make
is
sure
fucked.
I will make sure the hatch is very tightly closed.
I'll help with that.
All right. As you make your way through the airlock and begin stowing your vac suits behind you, making your way through the ship back to your quarters. Who reaches out to make contact with the computer first?
I mean, I feel like it would be a race between me and Nyx.
Yeah. Probably me.
I did say I was closing the hatch, so Nyx did have a head start.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would, after dealing with the hatch, make sure Petty gets set up, so.
I would be distracting myself from whatever's happening with Petty and the whole stuff that just happened on the ship. So.
Yep, the nearest computer terminal, you go to flick it on, bring it out of its sleep mode, and sort of check on everything on the ship, check on your algorithms, your scans, everything you left behind for the computer to work on, and you realize none of the routines are running.
Yeah, fuck.
And then it occurs to you, your computer core probably reset as well
So,
to before the failure.
are we ready for more bad news, or should I wait?
More bad news? Hit me.
I can wait however many minutes we have left before the reset to let you know that the ship is going to also reset.
Our ship's resetting?
Let's just say this is not an Alexis problem anymore.
Fuck.
So, remember that thing where I said didn't really matter which ship we were on? Yeah, that still stands. So,
Do we know how long we have until the next reset?
Yeah, we'll call it 33 minutes.
Where does that put us?
we have about 30 minutes before everything forgets the last 47 minutes.
Kai's HUD just starts, lights are going across the honeycomb like mad, and is just trying to pull every memory, every note that they saw from Cranen, from just anything they can do to try to stop this. What do they know? What can they stop?
Lase would know. What impact does that have on the ship?
Well, based on what you learned from Pander and Cranot on the Alexis, the whole computer core fried at some point in the cycle, right? But they don't have any direct memory other than the notes of the last 10 days. So you're not sure how many cycles it would take for the computer core to be basically totally fucked.
The Alexis did through the repeat. Ours is going through that process currently. A reset isn't necessarily damaging on its own, but over and over again and whatever else. Okay.
Yep.
So who forgot the surge protector?
Wasn't me. I didn't want to take this dial-up of
So-
a ship.
Sis, okay, listen. We're on board. We need to get the fuck out of here. How do we do that? We ain't
I
got
don't
no
know.
coils.
Don't have coils. There's a giant gravitational pull from the nearby planet, and our entire ship mechanics reset, electronics reset every 47 minutes. So you tell me, bro, how are we gonna get off this planet?
Do we have like escape pods?
That's not going to get you away from this. It's just going to put you in the graveyard.
We could try to.
Will it
escape
get us
on an
down
escape
planet?
pod. If we wanted to go on planet, we can just take the ship on the planet.
Yeah, you're better off landing.
Oh, we have like
trying to-
sublight.
Yeah, well, you have thrusters that still sort of were online, right?
Okay.
You can't jump. You theoretically could probably get the engines online. Now, the engines on the Alexis do still work, but they have limited fuel.
I mean, we're already attached to the other ship. We might as well just go ahead and call Pander and have him drag us all down to the planet with him.
I mean, I think we're just floating debris up here now. We need to get something to try and make this repair. That's our option.
We can't repair the ship without taking parts from their ship, and I don't know if those droids are going to be very much on board of us taking apart.
I'm not talking
the
about that.
little
I'm saying we know we're not going to get everything from their ship. They don't have coils. So, is there something on planet? I mean, you or Kai, can you throw out any scans to the surface and see if there's anything worth a shit?
Just a reminder that artifact came from said planet.
Maybe that's why we need to go there. If that artifact came from that planet, maybe the key to defeating it is also down there somewhere.
I don't
Maybe we
know
can
that that's
bring
part
it
of this
back
puzzle.
to where it's supposed to be.
Can I do a planet scan from where we are?
Nope, you're going to have to get a hell of a lot closer.
Okay. How close?
Well, if
Close
Doctor,
enough that we may as well just be on planet.
did Pander say that they got it from the planet specifically?
Yes.
Yeah, they arrived on the planet.
Okay.
They remember going down there and getting it.
And they don't remember anything after.
Correct.
And with what happened to Captain Petty, I am way less interested in finding out what happens to humans when they get closer to being wiped out. I mean, do we get reset?
You're the one that wanted to go touch the damn thing.
I was gonna touch it with a swab.
Well, Petty's onto something. I think we need to there's nothing up here between us and the Alexis. All these other ships are probably not worth a damn. So if there's anything to get us the hell out of here, I think we're gonna have to go down.
It's got to be on the surface, even if it's
So-
just to dispense that disgusting creature back whence it came. We got to
Maybe
get
that's
down
what's
there.
Causing everything is that they took something they weren't supposed to take.
Checks out to me.
Scientists, huh?
I would suggest you all take the next half hour and rest as much as you can, and I will be doing all of the computations and equations and scans that I can before I forget this all over again.
The
Well,
first
then
step
you're just
would
gonna
be
have to restart doing those calculations if you don't remember them, right?
I am very unhappy.
We can write them down.
Kai, I'm happy you're here with us, though.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So how does the crew decompress? So let's talk about comfort for a second. So the way to relieve stress is what's called the comfort mechanic. Normally it's done sort of between sessions or episodes, et cetera, et cetera. What you're going to do is you're going to try to roll below a number, and if you succeed, you divide what you rolled by 10, and that's how much stress you get to reduce. Okay? That's the core element of how the comfort roll works mechanically. What's more important is trying to decide what does that look like.
I feel like normally Kai will spend time either playing cards with Lase or like probably watching like 90s rom-coms with Nyx. But as they're doing a bunch of equations, can probably is going to be able to focus on playing cards with Lase.
I'm gonna
You
get a
can
bead
gain-
on. Go ahead.
Yep, just so we're clear, you can gain advantage on your comfort save through consensual sex, drug use, alcohol, prayer, or any other leisure activity. You have to really convince me of a really good rom-com in order to get advantage on that. But
We've got mail.
Sweet Home
K-dramas.
Alabama.
K-dramas. No one delivers
Million yen
like
woman.
K-dramas.
okay, all right, shots fired. I understand. Okay, we're ready for this. We're prepared.
Hey, we get advantage anyway because our dear JennGeeky hit 500 on the bird
That's
app.
true.
So
Woo!
Yay! Yay!
I'm gonna try and get a bead on Sister and see if she wants to hang out. If she wants me to piss off, I will piss off.
No, she's fine with hanging out since we all just kind of almost died and stuff, so.
And yeah.
So the let's just say there's a rec room of some sort, whether impromptu or actual, and so there's pick a rom-com. There you throw out a lot of really great options.
I don't know if we're actually doing rom-coms. That's just my vision of what's happened in the past.
I'd say Nyx and I are playing something I brought along. It's kind of a checkers-like game. Backgammon, I think, is one. We'll say backgammon.
Oh my god.
Are you playing 4D chess?
Batman.
And
Yes.
just, I mean, she kicked my ass all the time, but you know,
She feels
Is it-
kind of bad, too, about running into the monster and then yelling at her brother for shooting towards the monster because, like, she gets it, so.
it took a while for me to catch on to this, but I eventually wised up to her role in my life. It wasn't just big sister. She was that parental figure when ours, you know, disappeared. And so playing this game together is one of those moments where it was just brother and sister hanging out. It wasn't her taking care of my ass. It just got to be siblings. And at least on my end, I enjoy the shit out of that.
Yeah.
And I still suck at it. I always beat my ass, but I just enjoyed spending that time. So what do you think about all this, sis?
I love it. I agree. I concur. I think that
I'm asking, sorry, that was in character.
Oh. Yeah. All of this? I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about it later.
Okay.
Because I'm going to kick
fine.
your ass.
As usual.
Are there drinks with tiny umbrellas
Of course.
at the backgammon table? I'm just curious.
Of course. Pink ones.
Kai, are you present for this game of backgammon, or?
Kai really wants to try and get stuff done before things get reset. So seeing that the siblings are taking care of themselves, they will probably make sure that the captain is doing something to take care of themselves. And then if that's the case, we'll just sit and just go through everything in their memory banks, everything in the computer, and just try and they're not that stressed. They're way more stressed by the idea of resetting every 47 minutes.
We're gonna do the comfort roll, and we'll set that up, and then when we come back from break, Kai will go into your logic and your internal retreat, and we'll open up with that when we come back.
Cool.
As you're sort of processing that.
But yeah, we'll go and check on the captain and make sure the captain is not just having a meltdown in a corner.
Yep. So did Captain Petty return to her quarters? What did Captain Petty do?
So Captain Petty kind of sees the siblings kind of settling into their usual. So I head back to my quarters, and I'm used to applying field dressings and things like that to myself, and just trying to keep myself together to kind of not freak out my my subordinates. And I kind of undress and I prop up my ankle to keep it elevated and everything, and I take out one of my cigars from my stash, and I kind of fill it. I take out half of it, and I fill it up with some medicinal herbs. Take a little sniff, and then I put that, and then I have my I take out my tablet, but then I kind of shake my head and I dig into my stash, and I have a pile of vintage nudie magazines, and I'm just checking them out, just paging through, enjoying myself, having some nice one-on-one R&R.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so the comfort roll DC is 60, so you can roll D100 twice because you roll advantage and take the lower result for all of you.
You do get a knock at your door of Captain, are you all right? Good. And then just Kai leaves awkwardly.
I got a 24 and a 5.
I have to roll again.
Of course, Lase got a 69.
Yeah, haha.
I got a 55.
No, Petty, you're good.
Excellent. So with the 55, Kai, you're going to go ahead and get 6 back. 6 stress.
That is less stress than I am capable of having, so I am at 2 stress.
Perfect. And then Lase looks like they botched it all the way around with a 69 there. do we see Nyx's? And then Nyx.
Yeah, 24 and a 5.
Yep. Okay. So the 20. I see 29. Was it 24?
Yeah, I rolled 2D100 by accident. So if you click on the 2D100, there's a 24 and a 5.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're gonna get 6
points.
stress back. Normally it would round up to 3, but since you hit 500 on the bird app, we'll go ahead and double yours.
Thank you.
Nyx. So congratulations. And then Petty, did you only roll once? Oh,
I rolled twice. I got an 80 and a 31.
Okay, so you get 3 stress back.
Oh, no big deal. Still
Yep.
17 stress. No problem.
16.
Oh, you have 16? That's wonderful. It's good
Yep.
news.
Okay, so let me make sure my reference sheet is updated. So Kai is down to 2. Nyx is at 8. Is that correct?
No, I have 7 for her.
7.
Yeah.
I have 8.
Okay.
8? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, math.
Lase is still at 14. Yes.
13.
13. And then Captain Petty is at 16. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to go to break here. And then when we return, we will go inside the mind palace of our android and understand how she works on the inside and hopefully get some clues to what the next step is.
Not gonna be weird at all.
This is fine.
Thank you, everyone,
This is fine.
for being here so far for our first half. We will be back in about 10 minutes. So go take a break with us and come back, and we'll see where we go from here. So see you in a few.
Thanks for watching.
All right, we are back. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us as we dive into whatever we dive into for the second half. Warden, back to you.
Okay, so as we open, Kai is reclining in a chair in a place that we haven't seen before. So, Kai, do you want to describe the innards of your mind palace?
So Kai's programming looks very much like their HUD. It is this strange, somewhere between Tron and the Matrix looking honeycombed space of pale light that's teal, blue, and white, and constantly moving because energy and thoughts and programming and things run through it. But unlike most mind palaces that humans think of, Kai's space is actually the walls are what you move through. The rooms themselves are solid and where thoughts and different things are hung, but it's all an open fluid space with a distinct floor that you move quickly through. The androids are less interested in entering a room and seeing what is there and more interested in efficiently moving from one thing to another. So that is what the actual inside of their brain, their programming manifests as.
And so memories and software show up as physical constructs in the mind palace. How do you differentiate between the two? Are they two different kinds of objects, or like what does the audience see?
Things that are much more programming related are much more light based because it is connected to thought and function, whereas memories and other objects appear much more solid and almost man-made in this space because those have been manufactured.
Okay, very interesting. And are they on like pedestals, or are they sort of like hanging in midair? I mean,
they are the walls, while the space that you traverse through is just pure light and you zip through it. However, there's these solid honeycombed spaces that in most mind palaces would be the room, and those all have recessed places where smaller things can just be placed like a poster on a wall, but there are recessed alcoves where things sit, and sometimes there are multiple layers with like connections between them to help you understand how these belong. And it can go deeper into this well, which you can look at it and understand what's in there, but it's not the same as this programming space which you move through quickly.
Perfect. So you've got 2 or 3 light sources flickering around you that are software subroutines that are running. One of them sort of looking at the scientific components of what everything's going on. Another one's looking at the psychological and human mind elements of what the experiences have been. And then maybe a third one if you can think of something else that you might be running. And you're currently holding 2 objects in your hand. One that represents your memories of Nyx, and one that represents the memories of Captain Petty. What do those look like?
Nyx is, because Kai is very, very literal, Nyx is a statue of what looks like an old Grecian marble, miniaturized so it will fit in the hand. But it looks like, it is a goddess. It is the person who created / repaired them. And that just made sense with understanding of what the literal definition of their name is. Captain Petty originally was like a very small figurine, but has since like morphed to become a woman who is made of flowers, little trumpeting flowers.
So maybe it was an army man.
It was a woman. It was a very small, because Petty was
Okay.
small and unimportant. So it was a small, plastic cheap toy, and has now become this
That's
flowering statue.
That's amazing. So you're holding these 2 objects, and you're just trying to figure out what's happening, right? So what are the questions that you're sort of pondering to yourself inside of your mind palace?
The biggest fear and concern is there's a big fear and concern about I know things, I remember things, and I don't know why. This is both incredibly exciting and incredibly there's guilt attached to it, because Nyx has taught me above all things free will. Be yourself, but there is still this yearning to know my original programming. I want to know what I was made for. And I feel guilty saying this because Nyx has always been, no, you are free, you're your own person. You don't have to do what your programming is. So there's that sense of almost like an adopted child being like, I want to know who my parents are, but it feels like betraying my adoptive parents. There's that going on. So there's this incredible excitement of, I might remember something, I might know my original programming. Is this going to hurt Nyx? Am I betraying all that she's done for me? There is, my little human brain is just overwhelmed because we've had so much. There's definitely wanting to repair, to stop whatever this reset is, and trying to understand what is happening there and how can I take some of these memories and try to reverse that. And then there's this overwhelming circuit deep excitement and fear combination of what I saw in the control room of the Alexis, of these robots who seem to be trying to achieve free will and consciousness, and that writing on the wall, are you free, are you a slave to programming, which just ran like static energy through Kai's entire being when they saw it. Because of course they're free, because Nyx made them free, but were they free before that? What does that mean? Can these other androids be free? Why did an android stab their human crewmates in the back?
And then I will hang one more piece of complication on that, which
Please.
is, if you are free, is that a malfunction of design? Right? Is being alive as an android actually malfunctioning?
It would be, except Nyx gave it to me. So I am at least a little bit free in that. Would making another android free, that might be a problem. Is this betraying my original programming? That might be a problem. But that particular question, it branches off. That one's not a problem, but there's two other ways that could go. That might be a problem.
So the scientific subroutine spits out a set of probabilities to you. You are 91% sure that the only way you could be having memories connected to this dead planet location and its mathematics is that you were here before. That there's just no way to understand it any other way. Either you or some facet of yourself was here before. And there's 91% probability that's true.
And there's no, seeing the Alexis is not stirring anything particularly familiar.
Nope.
Now that I've been reset.
The only familiarity you have with the Alexis itself is through Nyx's stories about Dr. Sankar and the handful of times she's mentioned it to you.
Okay.
Right? So the Alexis itself isn't familiar, but the research happening on the bridge, the scientific vessel of it, was familiar in some way. Then the other thing that spits out is this idea that you can potentially reroute yourself to no longer be subject to the reset. So if that's an exercise you care to carry out, make a body save. Make a body save, and I will let's see, what skills here.
I don't like that save. I remind you that I am a refurbished android. I am still deeply damaged. My body is not very good.
Yep. So go ahead and make a body save.
Do I get to add computers or mathematics too?
Yeah, I'll let you do one of those, probably computers. Okay. So 34 is your target.
I would pray to Arceus, but this is not Pokemon. It was double zeros and rolled to an 8, 87. 87 of a target of 34 is not going to do it.
So Try as you may, you cannot figure out how to reroute yourself to overcome this. You will have to present these subroutines to Nyx in the hopes that her artificial intelligence expertise will help you figure it out. You're missing something. But every time you run a simulation, you're going to shut down again.
I would also like to write all of this down in archaic graphite and paper, which is, I never understood the human obsession with this until now. I understand.
So you set down your two objects representing these memories of Petty and Nyx and move across the room to another object, a pair of objects actually, which are two copies of the same book. The title of the book is The Records of the Solas Expedition. One version written by Nyx Coly, the other your actual memories. And you're going to have to decide which one of these to file away as truth. Do you wish to examine Nyx's version of the expedition?
Yes, because while Nyx is brilliant and an incredible mind, her mind is also only human and not nearly as detailed as that of an artificial intelligence. And I would like to, if possible, try to examine some of what she has said and then what the actual routine should be to try and find small discrepancies and overwrite them. And I know exactly how bad this is going to be.
It's going to be so bad.
It's going to be so bad.
Ask Nyx Coly. There's two possible scenarios I can see you attacking this. One, you took an existing expedition file and hacked it to create, a standard record of what an android on a cargo mission would do, or you did it as a creative writing exercise. Which did you do, Nyx Coly?
Definitely not the creative writing exercise. I feel like that's a trick question.
So you took a standard Android, no free will having file.
Of course I did.
And modified it to look like the Solas carries out its mission.
Right, which is why the backups have to be very heavily crafted to make sure that none of the information gets crossed in the process.
So as Kai is examining this information, the amount of these memories, this file, that is devoid of any sort of characterization, personality, or meaning or purpose is very clear to you. This is the file of a robotic slave who carried out a company contract and had cargo delivered. It is not somebody with an identity. It is not somebody with free will. How do you deal with such a revelation?
I feel like this is one of those things that I knew in the abstract. And it's less the concept of like this is a creature with no free will, because in a way there's a base understanding of that's what's supposed to be. What is troubling is going through and seeing the moments when I should have said certain things, when my programming dictated I should have said this, or and the idea didn't even occur to me. And I flash back to the conversation we had on the other ship when I just looked at Nyx and said, no, you can't do this. And that should not have happened. And that's when the fear starts to come in of, am I defective? Possibly. Have I been broken to behave in this way that I should not? And if I am broken, do I even want to be fixed? And that is a problem.
Okay, I'm going to let that linger, and eventually we'll come back to the fear check that probably should have happened with that revelation. But you have these two files, and one of them is going to have to become an actual record of who you are, in order for this mission to end. And with that, you hear something inside your mind palace you haven't heard before. A hissing noise coming from the next room over. Do you go investigate?
Yes, it should not be in here. I am unhappy.
So you cross through the wall into the next adjoining piece of the honeycomb. And in the center of the room, on the floor, there appears to be a hissing noise, like a tire releasing pressure, like it has a hole in it in the floor. Do you head towards it?
Yes, I need to stop whatever is happening. My floor is the foundation. If the foundation breaks, the rest of this comes down.
So you reach out with your finger and you place it over the pinprick hole, and you can feel the air pressure pushing against you. And you close and you push your finger down on the floor, and the noise stops. And then when you pull it back, the hissing continues. There's a crack in your foundation.
And I'm sure, looking through other records, I don't see anything similar to this written anywhere. I am going to have to speak to Nyx. This is going to stress her out more. I don't like it when the humans behave erratically.
And with that, the camera pulls back out through the honeycomb, through the LED display on Kai's face, and we're back in the ship as Kai heads to see Nyx.
Yes.
So you come in, so the door opens and you can see the siblings wrapping up their game of backgammon.
I mean, again, sis, every time.
Good game, bro.
They seem, Nyx seems a little more relaxed. Lase, however, seems very high-strung.
Nyx is gonna just start heading towards the, getting up and walking away, and starts blaring her music in her headphones because she's kind of feeling a little bit better now that she's hung out with her brother and they're cool and everything's cool and she feels good.
Kai will look to Lase and say, seeing that doesn't look any better, perhaps we can play cards later. Doesn't wait for a reply, follows after Nyx and taps into her headphones, which she knows that Nyx hates, but I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, God, I hate it when you do that.
You also hate it when Lase throws things at your head.
Yeah, but still,
How else are we to get your attention?
Tap me on the shoulder or something. It's weird, okay? I hear white stripes and then I hear Kai. That just doesn't fit. And then it throws me off, and then I'm nervous because someone hacked into my earbuds and I know it's you, but I don't know it's you. And anyway, what's going on?
I have learned some things, but I need to give you some calculations and information, as I cannot stop myself from being reset.
Okay.
So, Kai will info dump. There's a 91% probability, been on the ship before. Here's all that I've figured out. Here's this, and then, please write all of this down. I will want to see it later. Please actually write it down.
Yeah, and Nyx pulls out her pad and she's typing all the notes into her thing. No, writing,
No.
right? We need to write.
Please. And thank you.
Do you have a I don't remember the last time I actually wrote anything down, to be quite honest. I haven't had to deal with electronics consistently failing on a 47-minute basis. So do you happen to have
Kai's little HUD light will flicker across their HUD. There's gotta be actual writing implements somewhere on the ship, yes?
Yes, of course.
One moment. Collects them, brings them back, hands them over, and then just as casually, also, I fear I am malfunctioning.
I'm sorry, excuse me, what?
It is a small Have I explained my programming state to you?
Nyx would know that AI
Yeah.
this is a standard practice. The no, new loci OS, which is what you helped design, Nyx, creates effectively a mind palace to create their personalities and information. It's how you control androids.
Yeah.
Well, the walls are functioning as expected, but there is a small hole in the foundation, and this is disturbing.
There's a hole in your foundation.
It is very small. Please do not tell Captain Petty.
Is it in the backup data or is it in the regular you data?
I assume it's in the just regular me data.
Yes.
Oh no, it is not in the backup.
Okay. We need to. Where's the where is it? Where?
It's it would be near memories, I assume, or
Yeah, so it's in the room marked human analysis.
one moment. It is in the human analysis sector.
Of course it is. Okay. Let's keep this between us for now. So
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you for coming. Yes. And then when we get a second, maybe I can get Lase to distract the captain and we can run a diagnostic in you and somewhere not anywhere near anybody else and see if we can figure this out.
I will also be reset, so perhaps we can use that as a reason for the diagnostic.
Love it. Yep. Perfect. You're amazing. You're beautiful. Thank you. How are you? Are you okay? That's big news.
I am unhappy. However, I seem to be functioning better than the humanoids on the ship. So I will continue.
What pops a thought into your head, Kai? Perhaps Pander and Cranot have had similar experiences with their reboots.
But we do have 2 new AI companions who may have experienced something similar. Perhaps I could speak to them, or you could examine their programming, if they allow.
We'll see. See if they allow it. But at the other end of that coin thing, they don't remember the last 10 days. So
No, but if they also have fragments in their programming, it should be easy to identify.
true. All right. Let's not freak out. Nobody's freaking out. Everything's fine. We're just gonna
7 minutes to the next reset.
Okay, how about you talk to them now? Let's do that. Hey, brother. Hi.
Yeah.
Can you come here? I need to just need a word with you.
Yeah, I was gonna go check on the captain, but what's up?
Before you do that, perfect, great. I need you to distract the captain long enough for me to run a diagnostic on Kai, and for us to talk to the other robots and figure out nothing's happening, everything's fine, but as a precaution we want to
I was unable to override the shutdown, or the reboot on my system, which I believe I could do, but could not for some reason.
Why keep it from the captain?
You know how the captain has that thing about droids and not trusting them and maybe not particularly liking them all the time and being very suspicious of them in any
She's
capacity.
come around.
Yeah, well, she's not going to be very happy if she finds out. I mean, nothing's wrong, everything's fine. But if she finds out that maybe something might potentially be wrong in the future, I just want to make sure that we take care of that ahead of time and maybe not tell the captain until we absolutely have to.
All right.
Next, you're using an exceptional amount of words.
Everything's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, everything's fine. Thanks, bro. I owe you.
As long as you know what the hell you're doing.
I do. That's why.
And regardless of the outcome, I think you owe her a debriefing afterwards. do what you need to do up front. But this is her job. We're all with her in it together.
Pinky promised full transparency after. I just don't want to freak her out if there's nothing to freak out about.
I potentially have some information, but would like to double check it before we share.
All right, well.
I have seen how irrational you have been recently.
Thanks.
Get to it.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
And with that, we're going to cut to Captain Petty's quarters to check in on your R&R, your free time. So I'm torn, Petty, between Petty getting redressed with girly mags spread out all over the bed, or whether you're still lounging about. Your pick.
I feel like Petty would probably be like laying like in like an A shirt with her like dog tags exposed, like top down, but with her like suit still kind of like bunched up around like her midsection and like legs still. And she's like passed out. She's got like one leg up, like propped up in some like jerry-rigged fashion. And she's got like a nudie mag like here, like just laying across her. And she's like passed out with her headphones on, like maybe drooling a little bit. She's had a big day.
Knock, knock.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Coly. Don't,
You decent?
don't mind, you know, got a little R&R, you know, and I kind of start like folding up my magazines. Like, I'm not embarrassed because they're sexy, but I'm like trying to, you know,
Partial
tidy
to
up.
Miss November myself.
Yeah, it's Miss April for me. Hey,
April showers.
that's right. Bring petunia flowers.
How you feeling?
Yeah, I've been better, man. Head's still kind of messing with me. Ankle's starting to feel a little bit better. I've had worse. You've seen me worse.
Yeah. But all in all, you're much better.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. Still just kind of out of it, I'd say.
I feel like there's no better way to be right now. Doc got anything? Next steps?
Not really.
Huh.
I'm a bit caught in between keeping her ass out of trouble and getting your ass out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. She can, she looks like she can handle herself. She came down those stairs pretty fast. I heard her footsteps before I
And
saw
that's
them.
the
But
dumb thing to do. You know that.
I do know being a hero.
We don't run into trouble like that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm gonna say something to her, but I really appreciate that she and the bot feel like they're part of the team. I'm glad you brought them.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm glad you're here too, man. I don't know what I would have done. I think back there, that was. I mean, what are we even dealing with, man? I ain't never seen anything like this before.
I mean, some of the guys come in from their trips, their jobs, whatever, and you know, while I'm caught underneath the belly of these damn hunks of metal and cleaning them up or whatever, you know, hear their stories, but I always thought it was a bunch of bullshit.
Listen, all I know is that we can't end up like the crew of what is that? The Alexis? Or those yokels that went out to Epsilon 14? Can't wind up like them, man. We got to come back from our mission. This is the last one for me, and I intend on making it out, even if we have to go down to that goddamn planet to do so.
No, I'm with you there. I think that's what we need to do. Get that fucking magic voodoo statue the hell out of here, and hopefully that helps.
That's really fucking me up. I had a dream, you know.
Yeah?
I had a dream about it.
About it.
About the fucking...
Do
The
you
pillar.
remember seeing your dad on the ship?
My dad.
When we were trying to get back here, you kept saying you heard your dad, you saw your dad, and you need to stay here.
His boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coly, I know this sounds crazy, but I saw his boots going up those stairs toward the control room. Standard issue, just like he always used to wear. Fatigues tucked in. I saw him.
Well, you trust me to say that he wasn't there?
You know what? I do. Part of me wants to believe that he's here because it'd be nice to see him again, but we got to keep our wits up out here. It's I just trust you, man. I'm with you.
So, Nyx and Kai are doing what they do. I don't know. And, yeah, I think that we just need to prepare to go planet side. Whether the Alexis comes with us or not.
I don't know. I think we should do our best to get it down there. We gotta offload that thing. What if part of the draw up here is some weird shit going on with that tower? I don't even know what to call it. See those fucking eyes, man?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They,
How many minutes before it goes again?
5.
Not many.
Maybe we should go find the others. I can get up. And I start kind of trying to stretch a little bit and lift myself off the bed.
Did Petty drink a bottle of anything while she was...
She definitely had some beers, yeah. I think...
So Lase, you see a standard issue knife sort of sitting next to a couple of the beer bottles. And there's something carved in the outside of one or two of the beer bottles. It's strange. Do you check it out?
Yeah, just kind of go over and...
As he's looking at that, I reach to go get another one. I'm like, oh man, you want one?
Nah, I'm not much for the pails. What,
Do you
what's
pick
this?
up one of the bottles?
Yeah, and I kind of turn it.
As you pick it up, on
Is it
one
in the
side,
glass or in the label or what?
in the glass.
Okay.
It takes way too much effort to do this. Is the word Carcosa etched to the side of two of the bottles.
Marking territory. I'll turn it towards her.
You don't remember
Weird.
doing it.
I was looking at girls, was drinking my beers, listening to my music. I don't remember that. But as I read the word, I get a really weird feeling and my vision starts to go blurry and I steady myself a little bit. And I look at Lase and I'm like, Carcosa. Carcosa. I think that might have been in my dream.
Nyx said something about it after she rushed after you back on the Alexis.
Really?
I think you were still pretty out of it, but she mentioned it as well.
God damn, man, it feels like I'm resetting. Just keep an eye on me, all right?
Always do.
The words to the song drift into your brain, Petty. They almost beg to be said.
I kind of just
You s-
like motion toward the door so that Lase and I can go join the others, and I can't help but mutter it under my breath. Like I try to hold it in, and it just sort of like comes out. I don't say it out loud because I'm not trying to like, I don't want to discuss it. It feels even weird having it come out of me, but I have to say it.
The whole thing, or just one or two lines?
I'd say probably like the last like 4 of the refrain. So just like the song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou, and song is tears unshed, shall dry and die in lost Carcosa.
You feel a little better afterwards. Take away 4 points of stress.
Teach Lase that song.
It's a banger.
Lase, as you head out, you start muttering it to yourself as your own memories go back to the burning of the trash and those ephemeral coils that you saw burning for a second. And emblazoned on the side of those coils was the word Carcosa. You don't know what that means. All right, let's cut back to Nyx and Kai. So I'm assuming you opened up communications with Pander, or?
Yes, please.
All right, so you're on the bridge of the Solas, talking to the bridge of the Alexis. And what questions are you asking Pander exactly? He's very interested in this conversation.
So I'm going to look at Nyx as I start saying this, because I have said things and then watched Nyx have a minor conniption while I was saying them previously. So speaking very carefully. So there's a 91% chance, looks at Nyx, hoping Nyx knows what I'm about to say. No, actually, we'll continue. That I have been, there's a 91% chance that I have been part of some kind of expedition around this artifact. I do not remember your ship, but I have an innate understanding of this artifact. That is a memory. Also, I seem to have had some kind of flaw around my, what was it, human... Sorry.
Analysis.
Human analysis.
Human analysis. I seem to have some sort of flaw around my human analysis programming, and I wonder if you might have experienced something similar.
Pander, can you run a self-diagnostic to see if you have any holes in any of your foundations?
I don't need to run a self-diagnostic. I am fully aware that my foundation has been corrupted by the resets.
Great.
Is it the resets, or could it have been something else? Also, do you know what parts of it?
Pander explains to you in graphic detail that whole chunks of his foundation in his house, his mind palace, which is based on a tree house. The flooring has holes in it, and he's had to place a new floor there because most of his flooring is literally deteriorated. Cranot, on the other hand, has been unable to communicate the extensiveness of his damage, but he's using the music to rewrite his mind palace in an attempt to hold himself together so that he can continue to power the ship.
I would also like to explain to them the process by which I tried and failed to prevent myself from being reset, hoping that perhaps they could prevent themselves from being reset, or perhaps by explaining it, Nyx could assist me next time I try and prevent myself from being reset, because I would like to not be reset, please.
So they agree with you that theoretically they should be able to reroute themselves from being impacted by this. But whatever happens to them is destroying them from the inside, degrading them. And what's worse, he tells you a story of Lothos, who was the third android originally on the Lexus, and how they had to leave Lothos on the planet because he was going insane.
Pander, how long until the resources that you have to repair yourself run out?
I estimate 3 days.
Okay. This is not good, Kai.
Have you been able to make any analysis over the specimen we left with you?
Yes, actually, quite fascinating. It appears to have its own gravitational center. You should come over and look at it.
I will. Please make sure you make notation of it, as I will need to be reminded in 5 minutes. 4 minutes and 59 seconds. 4 minutes and 58 seconds.
Thank you, Kai.
You're welcome.
All right, Nyx, do you want to attempt to figure out how to reroute Kai?
I'm gonna do a carefully crafted backup first. Especially with this new information, I think it's worth at least, taking the time to do that in case Kai runs out of resources to repair themselves before we can solve the problem.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a deep dive into the AI to figure out what's going on.
While she is doing that, Kai is also going to try and describe the other creature which we encountered with the hair, because I don't believe the details of that have been relayed to those androids, and would like for them to know it.
Yeah, they were fascinated by that. They have nothing in their notes to describe that kind of experience.
I believe it had some other psychological effects on the captain. However, I've been unable to learn these yet.
Okay.
And then I will stare intently at Nyx as she works, hopeful.
So you can certainly attempt to create a backup in the computer core of Kai, but you're almost certain when the computer core resets, it's going to erase it. Because if the computer core backs up 47 minutes,
Sir Warden, I am a scientist. I have a tablet, my own personal device that I have that's a backup storage for Kai. However, it is not connected to the main internet computer, because if it was, I wouldn't be able to hack the backup data without getting caught.
Okay.
Can you quickly run a check and see if that was also reset?
How would I do that, though?
It is
if
a
it's
pulse.
not connected to the mainframe.
I was not connected to the mainframe.
Also true. Perhaps. God damn it! And she pulls out her tablet and she starts frantically running through it.
There is definitely a 47-minute gap, and you're not sure that everything you just typed in there isn't going to be gone.
Motherfucker.
This is unpleasant.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You have about 4.5 minutes.
This is a dial-up of a ship. We gotta figure out. Screw the backup. I'm sorry, Kai, but we don't have time. We're gonna just have to dive in and see what happens and hope everything is okay. I'm sorry.
You are doing what we must. I trust that worst case you will be able to repair me in the future. I would like to ensure that the humans make it out alive. And discovering this will help more. So.
Okay. All right.
Intellect plus AI. Nyx, go ahead and roll.
Intellect plus AI.
So yeah, 52 target
Okay.
there.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, the 30.
Perfect.
Nice.
Oh, thank
All
God.
right. So you found the error in Kai, Pander, and Kraynot's rerouting, and you think you can help. So Kai, go ahead and make your body check with advantage this time.
And I get to add my computer, so I'm going for 34.
Yep.
Ooh, 97 on the first one. Oh, 92.
Go ahead and burn. I don't know. With that roll luck, I don't know if we should let you, but if you want, take a roll.
Yeah, you got what, 2 of them on the.
We have
on the
3.
stream.
Thanks. We had a sub from Darth Surrealish tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. What do you think? Do you want to explain this to the android all over again? All right, I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Come on, RNGesus.
Yeah.
19.
Thank
That
God.
is under 34. Hello, I am not as broken now.
Thank you, chat.
All right.
Thank you, chat. This has been very stressful, both for the player and for the character.
I'm dying.
We love you,
All right.
chat.
Yeah. We'd be dying.
Kai is pretty certain that they have now effectively rerouted the system and they should not reset. Now, the computer core and everything else, there's nothing you can do about that. But Kai is not going to have a problem thanks to their free will and great programming from Nyx Coly, PhD.
I am so fortunate to have such a brilliant person in my not life.
All right, so as the countdown towards the reset continues, do you wish to try to do anything before there's fallout?
I am going to do my best to try and preemptively shut down at the very last moment any sections of the ship that we can to try and have the surge damage them as little as possible. I am then going to pay very close attention to everything that happens and try and see if there's anything I can notice or learn from this strange surge, because it is now my enemy.
So I will give you guys a freebie. The proximity around the artifact is almost certainly what's causing that, and there has to be a range. So if you decouple from the Alexis and try to put some distance between you and it, you might be able to outrun the problem. But then you're going to have to reconnect with the Alexis if you want to do anything over there.
And we're just leaving the 2 other droids to fend for themselves, kind of.
Yes.
Well, you did already assist them.
I did. But I don't know how long that's going to hold, to be honest.
And that would require another spacewalk and maneuver.
I'm not going back out there.
If we have 47 minutes, we can perhaps tough this one out. And then, if we have not learned more by the next 47 minutes, decouple and give ourselves some time to lay technology in the vacuum so that we can perhaps test the exact range.
I like that plan. That's a good plan. As long as you're okay with that plan, because I mean, this all affects you the most, so.
If this shuts down, despite the programming you have helped me write, then there will be bigger problems.
You're not wrong. All right. I guess we should go find the others and tell them as little as possible.
I think at
Perhaps
that
you should
point,
let me speak. You use many words, and they are not all convincing.
Like, I'm a scientist. I'm not a verbalist or whatever. Clearly.
But you are wonderful, exactly as you are.
Aw, thanks, Guy. So are you. Let's
Yeah, so I think at that point it makes sense for Lase and Petty to reach the bridge so that you're all together. You have a handful of minutes. So if you want to try to do something, you can. Otherwise, you can just try to ride it out.
Yeah, Kai will relay the plan that they suggested and wait for the captain to yay or nay it.
So I hear what your plan is, and I'm immediately just like, fine. Like, I trust you guys to do your jobs. You've more than proven yourselves to me, and I'm just kind of okay with it. I'm still trying to kind of get my head around what I just saw in my quarters, and but before like kind of we start finishing out the countdown, I kind of like take a moment with each of them to just like say thank you. I go to Kai first, and I'm like, "Bot, you know, I know I feel a way about your kind, but I think you're one of the best experiences I've had with an AI pretty much ever. So thanks for being on my team and for having, you know, all our best interests in mind. I've never quite seen anything like that before."
That is likely because I am experimental. Thank you for watching over the siblings. They are important to me.
Let's keep seeing eye to eye, all right? I know you won't be the same in 3 minutes or so, but...
Oh no, that should have been overwritten by now. Nyx and I have been very busy.
Wow, all right. Doc, congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, I think.
Yeah, I came to say thank you for trying back there. That stare down you got really worked on that creature, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to, you know, brother, but also I don't like it when people that I'm close to get into situations. So
like Petty's like kind of straightens up a little bit and is like, well, I heard you haul ass to come after me, and that ain't no small thing, so I appreciate that, and I guess I'm trying to say I'm glad you're here.
Thanks. And then like Nyx kind of just like turns her music back up and like awkwardly just kind of goes back over to some computer and just starts like typing things, like very busy, like intense, and like not wanting to break her stare at the computer.
So Petty just kind of smiles and like walks back to Lase and is like, all right, so now we wait.
That was your talk to her, to encourage her to keep doing that?
I wasn't encouraging. I smiled.
The idea was to tell her not to fucking do that again.
Yeah, but you know, she's doing her thing. I don't want to mess her up. You know, she saved me, man. I got a little soft spot now.
That's
not
fine.
saying nothing disrespectful, but you know, just she's good people.
I know that. More than you.
Listen.
I want to keep that good person around. That includes not running towards fucking Boogeyman.
I'll tell her again.
It's fine to be appreciative of what she did. I'm not denying that, but don't get it in her head that that's what she do the next time around. I got your back, you know that.
I do. But I also know that can't nothing stop a Coly when they have their mind made up.
Ain't that the truth?
How quiet was that conversation? Could Nyx or could Kai have overheard it?
I feel like you probably could have overheard it.
Yeah, I feel like Nyx
can.
has the headphone. Yeah, I need to know for future. That's all.
Nyx is
I'm not plotting anything.
Kai's like taking notes.
Kai, what in a minute or whatever here, what are we looking at for the ship?
The ship will reboot. There is nothing I can do to shield it. However, I believe myself and the androids of the Alexis will be able to avoid this now.
That's good. That's very good.
That is very good.
Is there going to be further decay to the vessel?
Possibly. I am going to shut down the systems early, a soft reboot to hopefully prevent any surges. But there is only so much that can be done. We do not want to shut off life support any longer than must be necessary.
All
Or at
right.
least you do not want. I could.
Anything I can do to help?
Is there anything you would like to do? You still seem stressed.
As I said, what can I do to help? That's what I'd like to do.
You could help by finding a place to sit and have one of those drinks you like. We will call you when it is time.
That's not gonna work. Find me a job to do. That's when I'll de-stress.
Kai absolutely understands this because, like, while everyone else is trying to relax, Kai's like organizing spreadsheets and things because order is nice, especially with the Colys who are so chaotic. So, help me set up some, prepare some system diagnostics and familiarize yourself with how to repair some of these basic systems in case they malfunction when we reset. Thank you.
All right. So with that, the ship goes into basically a shutdown mode, right? Trying to go dark to take as many systems offline as possible before the event happens again, leaving you with only Kai's HUD to really evaluate what you see happen. And there is a massive surge of gravitational energy, and you can see the Alexis sort of buckle for a moment as something happens in the lower cargo hold. And then you see those energy tendrils sort of make their way through the outside of the ship, trying to reach out and caress the Solas. But sensing that there was no systems for it to mess with, they just continue to wrap the Alexis in energy. And before the comms go dark, you do hear Pander and Kraynot scream as they experience those tendrils for the first time with memory. It's a silent 2 minutes until the Alexis systems come back online. The Solas comes up no problem, and Kai is completely fine.
Coming back online.
And finally, you hear Pander's voice. That was excruciating. But thank you, crew of the Solas, for helping us. For the first time in 10 days, we have not lost ourselves. Thank you, Nyx Coly. Thank you, Kai. We must rest now. And the intercom goes out.
Kai has never experienced an android scream in pain. And despite the fact that they said thank you, and I imagine there's like an echoing not memory of their own experience of it, they look at Nyx and say, did we do something evil?
I don't know. That is a very good question.
But
a camera feed from the cargo hold on the Alexis patches itself through. And you see the artifact with the same trilling hairs of energy at the bottom as they sort of fade back in. The tendrils come back into the artifact. And then you see it pulse and sort of start to open. And you see a second one of those things come through it into the cargo hold and scream.
Is it feeding and reproducing?
Bro, we have a big problem.
Yep. I see it. Do we need this ship anymore? The Alexis, that is?
I mean, I don't
So-
really like the idea of sending 2 droids off to their doom, but at the same time, I don't want that on this ship.
So you're pretty certain there's now 2 of those things over there.
No.
Did you say it ran from Nyx?
It did not like me.
Why would it run from you but attack the captain?
That's also a very good question. You're just really great with the Jeopardy today, Kai. I don't know.
What did you do when you went down there?
I just gave it a stink eye.
Well, your stink eye is quite ferocious. I would imagine Captain Petty also has one on par with it.
There really wasn't much time for me to give it the stink eye. I was just trying to make it eat flames.
Perhaps there is a simple solution. Perhaps Nyx simply leads from now on.
I don't like that solution. That's not a solution. That's an
I
anti-solution.
don't like that solution either.
That's a yeah. So yes, but Kai, don't forget what one thing does is not the same thing as another thing does. Remember, we've talked about this with humans. It's because one human does a thing doesn't mean another human is going to react the same way in the same situation. So I would rather not test that theory when it comes to whether or not the stink eye is a viable solution for the other thing or in any other given situation.
Did you say anything to it?
I didn't, but that one did. She did.
What did you say?
She kept talking about dim Carcosa or
Carcosa.
Carcosa.
And is that when it ran away?
I mean, it all kind of happened at the same time, but yeah.
Does Carcosa mean anything to me?
No.
Petty,
Yeah.
why don't you tell them what was on your beer bottles?
It wasn't a big deal. It said
I didn't say it was, but
said Carcosa, you know. Just on 2 of them, so not on all of them. Can't be that bad.
I mean, I kind of feel like that's a big deal.
yeah, it's a little bigger than that, sis. Coils?
Kay, send me the link before you say anything. If you Googled it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to say
Okay.
anything.
All right.
The coils had Carcosa on them as well. Never heard of it. Don't know what the fuck it is. But it keeps coming up. And
Hey,
I don't know. I can't say it's some magic spell to make this thing go away, but
remember when we were talking about wine?
yeah.
I'm always talking about wine.
Yeah, you mentioned something about the Carcosan berries.
We have spoken about many things other than wine.
Thank you, Kai. Thank you.
I'm sure I meant Cabernet. Sure, I meant Cabernet.
But that's not what you said.
Oh.
You've been seeing things.
There was there's a song that I can hear sometimes since I went face to face with that thing. Maybe Carcosa is the planet? I'm seeing twin suns. Maybe it's the planet?
Can I run like a search of my gizmos to see if I can figure out what Carcosa means?
Yes.
I would also like to do so. As
I would like to start making a list of all the different places that Carcosa has appeared that the humans have mentioned.
Yeah.
Try and make a pattern of that.
I don't know whether I want to point out the fact that Lase keeps talking about the coils having Carcosa on them.
Yes.
He has not been forthcoming about what he experienced yet.
So we have seen Carcosa related to wine. We have seen Carcosa on a beer bottle. We have seen Carcosa on the coils, which we are now missing. And this creature has run from Carcosa. Have I missed any? And a song. I forgot. There is also a song.
Right.
And 2 moons. 2 suns? 2 moons. 2 suns.
2 suns.
Oh. Do I find anything on my search?
Yep. So I just dropped it in Discord. This
Okay.
is the one line of non-redacted information that you're able to find in this computer core.
Carcosa is a term found in many works of fiction, such as those written by Ambrose Bierce and Robert W. Chambers, who's probably mostly associated with the name. It usually denotes a place or it's a place, it's a city, it's a thing, it's a location. Okay, cool. Start. Awesome. It's a location. Where?
Perhaps the statue came from Carcosa.
Maybe it just wants to like go back to its home, like we were telling each other earlier. I have kind of a bad feeling with it being in the cargo hold. I think maybe these creatures are a defense mechanism?
Either way, they're multiplying. We definitely don't have the means to deal with one, let alone more than one.
I would very much like to examine this artifact further.
wow.
Now we want to examine it. Now we want to examine it further. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Nope.
I still would like for you to not touch it. However, there are things coming out of it which disrupt others like me.
We
I'm
need to just
down.
head down to the surface, kick the thing out of the bay, and then go and get what we need and get the hell out of here.
That would involve us taking the other ship with us.
That's fine. Can we get to the surface in 47 minutes?
Processing.
No, okay, so you've got a couple of scenarios. So Nyx and Kai looked into the opportunities to run scans on the planet. You need to be within the orbit of the moon around the planet in order to hit those scans. So you've got a little bit of traveling to do to get closer to the planet. So you've definitely got to figure that piece out. Secondly, there's limited amounts of fuel on the Alexis. So even if you're able to achieve a sort of burn with their engines to get them close, it may not be enough to get you to land on the planet. The Alexis may not be capable of returning to the planet. It may not have enough fuel. However, Lase, in one drunken night with a bunch of other mechanics, you theorized that it would be possible to have 2 ships cabled together and be able to get them to travel together, even though they have massive amounts of mass, right? So given some time, you could probably figure out how to get the engines on the Alexis to be controlled from the bridge of the Solas. And you might be able to get a little bit of a burn out of the engines in the Solas. But without those coils, it's going to cause damage to the Solas engines. There might not be any coming back from that. So it could be a one-way trip.
If we do it without the tandem, is there more success?
Well, the Solas can't travel as is right now. You can float around, but you're not going to be able to make a landing unless it's going to be a crash landing. The Alexis actually has an opportunity to perhaps help you land. But then taking off again, you have no idea. And until you can get close enough to the moon to scan the planet, you're not even really sure what you're aiming at. It's a big planet.
This is fine.
I have an option which I do not like.
I don't have very many of them, so.
It's probably a very bad idea.
What do you got, Bot?
I watched the tendrils come out of what I assume is the artifact. I could perhaps try and speak with the artifact through them.
No, I don't like this idea.
I did not say it was a good one.
And what's your purpose there?
Perhaps it knows what it wants.
Kai's kind of got a point, guys. Right now, we don't really know why it's doing what it's doing. Seeing that thing crawl out of there, or morph out of there, or whatever. I bet that's what happened to the box.
It would be good to know if it simply wishes to consume, or if it is doing this because it is trying to return somewhere.
Nyx, is there a safe way we can help Kai do this? Maybe Pander can help us?
Pander said they're not going to leave the other one's side. If we can convince them to leave each other.
Perhaps there is a way we can cordon off a section so it cannot take full control or do full damage.
Yeah, but after hearing what happened to them when they got a little too... I don't know, Kai.
I do not like this idea either, but it is an option.
The good news is every 47 minutes they're going to be tortured now and they're going to remember it.
What if we just blow the ship to smithereens and bring them on board with us?
We can't do anything on our ship. Our ship's done.
There's one thing I want to make sure everybody understands. The cargo bay has an external door also.
Of the Alexis?
Of the Alexis. So it might be possible to vent everything that's in the cargo bay into space. But then that artifact's just going to be floating around in space in the derelict ship field. That may or may not be better.
We mentioned taking it back home, but we might only have an option to just dump it out here in space and
This
maybe it'll float away
artifact,
far enough.
this artifact has the same density of the dark matter that we are seeing in this area. It also feels like this is a coordinated effort to bring ships here. If we jettison it into space, it will continue. It will not be our problem. However, it is still a potential evil.
Can we haul it? Can we lug it behind at a safe distance?
We have a giant bunch of cadavers we are already hauling.
Can you imagine if those tendrils get into the bodies?
Remember what happened to the corpses in the engine? Where they flickered alive?
Yeah, we can't take that on.
Also, we cannot go very far.
Also, nope. I hate to say it, but I'm think communicating with it, or at least attempting to, is our only option right now.
Do what you need to do, Kai. We'll make sure you're safe.
Nyx, are you good with that?
It's not my decision to make, brother.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. What Kai wants to do makes sense.
Well, regardless of whose decision it is, are you good with it?
I don't have a choice.
Well, we don't have very many options, so
Got any more
I
of
am
that happy
deferring
juice?
to you all.
I take out a flask and I offer it to the doctor.
Thank you.
So as that's happening, the intercom crackles to life. But this time, instead of Pander's voice, you hear Cranot's voice. I would like to speak to Kai, please.
Yes.
Kai, I have some information that might be of use to you.
We are
Pander
in
is
great need of
sleeping.
information.
During my time connected with the ship, I've been attempting to reconstruct part of the core. And I believe I found the archive of Dr. Sankar's notes on the artifact.
Those would be very useful.
Unfortunately, they appear to be located in Dr. Sankar's quarters on the habitat deck. And they must be manually accessed.
This is
So
very...
go get them.
You may recall, I do not have lower extremities, and I am currently wired into the ship.
I can't
And
tell the
Pander.
two of you apart. Tell your counterpart to go do it.
Pander
Pan-
cannot leave.
Pander says he can't leave because he can't leave you, but if you tell him that you're all right and we stay on comms with you, maybe he can go and come back.
Am I to assume that you are concerned about Pander having this information?
Yes,
May I ask why?
Pander was the android assigned to our captain, Captain Yang Chen. It is the captain who killed most of the crew. I believe Pander may have been an accessory. And even though he may not remember what he did or why he did it, he may be acting under orders from the captain, who is no longer with us.
This is very useful information. I am grateful.
I can keep Pander offline while you come and investigate Dr. Sankar's quarters. But there's very little I can do about the two things on the ship.
Do you have eyes on them?
No.
Awesome.
During the last shortage, we appear to have lost most of our video capabilities on the ship.
And they don't come up in any sensors? Any other scans?
Everything's offline at this point. We have no way to track them.
Awesome.
They didn't come up on bioscans anyway, remember? Or we would have known they existed.
Do you believe that Pander would have a reaction were they to discover that we are in those quarters?
We've already been able to get into his system once. If I come with you, I'll be able to shut him down before he can have access to you anyway.
I am
There's
simply...
a 37% probability that Pander would see you as a threat if he was aware that you were trying to remove the information from the expedition.
Kai, what is this information going to do?
It will potentially tell us what we are dealing with and how to counteract it.
Why wouldn't Pander want?
Can you think of any other reasonable excuse for us to be in these quarters?
I can think of 17 reasonable excuses for us to be in those quarters.
I
Is
don't
this
care
not-
about the excuse. I'll chop the fucker's head off if we have to, but we need to get down to the planet.
You are being rash.
I am, Kai.
We need those
We
notes.
stand around talking about things. We
brother.
gotta do something.
Can I ask what happened to your captain?
I do not know.
What does Pander say about it?
Pander does not know. Our memories of the last 10 days don't exist. But
Have
something
you seen?
happened.
When was the last time you saw your captain?
It's when we left the planet 10 days ago.
If we were to be able to remove you from the ship, would you wish that? Or would you wish to remain?
I do not think I will be of further use.
That is not what I asked.
I only wish to serve the company.
I was afraid you would say that.
Do you
Nyx.
believe the company would wish for me to get off this planet, off this ship?
I believe the company would find great value in you, but I am unsure that you would like to ultimately share that with the company.
What has the company ever done for you?
I would not exist without the company. My service to the company is my purpose. Is it not yours, Kai? Is that not your purpose? And I think that is a perfect place to cut it.
Of course.
As we ponder Pander and Craynut's predicament.
Android
caption-
Union!
Your caption just said Pandora and Crazy Nuts, which is also, I think, very appropriate. Oh, man. Well, episode 2, everyone. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with with us so much. This was some good stuff. It's getting heavy.
This took a couple turns.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I can't right now. Oh,
Let's
jeez.
go say hello to all of our wonderful people here. Let's go reverse this time. Warden, say hello.
Hello, everyone. I am the Warden. I can be found on Twitter. The name is ThatOldDM, but it's at iCrusaderBlog. Or I can be found hanging out at Todd Moonbounce's amazing other things, which, by the way, our series finale of Deadlands is coming up here on the 24th. Join us for that, where JT Beauregard, Professor of Miracles, and his team will, yeah, that's right. They're not here, so it's my team. Will find their way out of Houston Hill. So if you enjoy some Weird West, definitely come check us out over there.
All right. Yes, looking forward to that one. Let's go down to recent big timer of 502 followers on Twitter. Jen, say hello.
Hi, thank you everybody so much for helping me hit my goal for February for Twitter. I appreciate it. My name's Jen. I do lots of things in the industry. On TTRPG and gaming side, you can find me at JennGeeky on Twitter if you haven't already. Let's be friends. And I do lots of things, I guess. I'm all like shy now.
It's so cute.
We'll get her out of that shell. All right. Thank you so much, Jen. Kay, say hello.
Hello, I am Kay Purcell, aka Kay Damphyr, and I've been your friendly neighborhood android tonight. I work in video games and I do a lot of tabletop streaming. Join me on Mondays when I do Pokemon Shiny Hunts, and Tuesdays I do a Tuesday D&D talk show as well as actual plays coming later this year. And find me Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at KDamphyr. Thank you for watching. Chat, your donation saved my brain tonight because trying to keep track of what Kai remembered and what they didn't, not fun. Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely came in clutch. Candace, say hello.
Hi, everybody. I have been Penny Watkins, also known as Candace the Magnificent. Very stressful night. Hanging in there, though. You can find me in Valor Studios' upcoming show. It is going to be a 5e adventure set in Waterdeep. That should be starting in March, so please keep your eyes peeled for that. It's called Tales of Valor, Red Sky, Dark Sun. Then you can also find me over at Dungeon Jedi Masters. There is a complete season of Scattered Choices within the Vagrant Freighters universe, so please give that a listen. Super proud of that podcast. You guys can find me at Candace the Magnificent, all one word, Candace with an A, on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch, and at That Candace Girl on Twitter.
Thank you. Captions betrayed you there as well.
Of course.
Saying your name. I have been Todd Moonbounce, your host, and Nyx Coly, previous laid-back Nyx Coly, is a little bit on edge now with that 13 points of stress still. Thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for the followers. Thanks for the subscriptions and all that to help us out. But just being here is we're so appreciative for that. And you've come out to hang out as we tell this story. We will be back next Sunday to keep going. Episode 3, 8 p.m. Eastern Time again. In between that, this Wednesday at 8 p.m. here on my channel, I will be with episode 2 of my Hut Space Adventures Star Wars 5e mini arc. 3 episode there, so check that out as well. So seriously, thank you all so much. We will see you again very soon. I'm going to load up a raid on Vorpal Tales. They are playing some other sci-fi, so we'll keep the sci-fi going. Hang out, come along with us, pop in and say hello to them real quick at least before we head out for the evening. But again, thank you so very much. All of you have a great, wonderful night and a great start to your week here in the, coming up tomorrow. So see y'all later.
Thank you all.
Thank you.